And so the journey ends here in Yokohama, home of the 2002 World Cup final. You know, in many ways, the most unusual thing about Japan is its predictability, whether it be the universal politeness, the omnipresent technology, or the unerring punctuality. Rather like this World Cup, every now and again, it will surprise you.
Put out of the World Cup in the first round.
Shocks galore then, but history tells us that outsiders don't win World Cups, and eventually the footballing superpowers came to the fore. And look who's made it to the final again, the Germans. And now the Germans, for the first time in World Cup history, come face to face with Brazil. It's going to be tough. The Brazilians have been a class apart in this tournament. In fact, it's been like watching, well, Brazil really. Good morning. It all adds up to what should be quite a final. And here to enjoy it with us, Alan Hansen, Ian Wright and Martin O'Neill. They don't come much bigger than this, Alan.
The biggest game and the biggest stage of all. I was out there 5 minutes ago. You can feel the tension, you can smell the tension. I think the good news for the final, for the competition and for football is the Brazilians are in town and they're firing.
But you've got a sneaky feeling in for the Germans, or you changed your mind a bit?
I don't know, I know. And I have changed my mind a bit, but I just feel that their goalkeeper's, I'd say, the best goalkeeper in the tournament. Their defence has been really good. They've got the confidence from the goalie. The guys up front are due. So, you know, all right, they are missing their top man, Ballack, but I do feel that they've got something to offer the Germans. It's not going to be easy.
So you're going for the Germans?
No, I'm not going for the Germans. I'm going for the Germans, kind of, because I want the Brazilians
Sort
to
of going for the Germans. What about the Brazilians? Are you going for them as well?
Yeah, I'm going for the Brazilians because I don't want the Germans to win. If I go with the Germans, the Brazilians will beat them.
So you're going for both sides to win?
Well, I'm going... Football.
So no lose. No lose
Football's
situation.
winner. Football's a winner today.
That's fine, that's fair enough.
Let's bring Martin in. Tell me, Martin, Leeds.
Out of order.
Oh, you go.
I'll tell you what I like about you,
That's terribly.
very little.
Yeah, that's out of order, man. What about Rio? Will you get rid of Rio straight away, or will you keep Rio?
Sorry, I needed to. I've got respect for the former Leeds manager, who's actually a pundit in this programme. All right.
Sorry.
This boy, you're going to Liverpool.
Martin, this is the World Cup final. I know you're desperate to talk about Leeds and whether you're leaving Celtic and all that, but we're not going to do it.
You know,
okay?
the amazing
Give me a view
news.
on the cup final.
Thanks. The amazing news is that Celtic put my name forward for the job. Kind of frightening, really, isn't it? Depends on which newspaper you read. My view, I'm kind of perturbed, really, because Alan's given it the big build-up. The tension is fantastic. Ian Wright, as usual, has confused me totally. You know, I'm not so sure. I'm really looking forward to the game. It is fantastic, and actually, just to share these moments with the Wright is amazing. Yeah.
It's great to be here, man.
Yeah.
And the outfit as well. What about the outfit? The outfit.
This is my jimba. It's a traditional Japanese dress given to me by a very dear friend, Reiichi, and his wonderful wife, Iramami. So it's a wonderful traditional dress, and I thought,
Very
the guys
smart.
look very I think I look...
You can get away with it, we certainly couldn't.
You're the man.
And there's some terrific scenes out in the stadium as well, right behind us. We can...
That's great. There's so much colour. I think everybody, apart from the Germans, wants the Brazilians to win. I mean, it's just, you know, the neutral wants the Brazilians.
Well, it's like
Please let them win.
as soon as England go out, you know, everybody just turns to Brazil. Everybody, it's always happens.
See, they're not as colourful, are they? They're not. He's dour looking. He's not.
They're born.
He just looks very boring.
Sums
and
the team up.
efficient. Yeah. Very
Clinical efficiency.
You've been quite harsh again, Alan, you know, your usual. I probably agree with it. But yeah, they've scrambled their way to the final. Good golfing term that, you two boys would know about it. And I'm sure they think themselves that they can scramble one more victory. It doesn't matter whether it's Brazil, they'll think they'll be able to do it. Obviously, Ballack is going to be a major loss to them. Have they got the ability to break the Brazilians down? Number one, that's for a start. I'm not so sure that.
Well, there's already been one surprise. The Brazilians have got the team sheet in on time, and Ronaldo's on the first one.
Is he?
Yeah.
You told me.
Is he fit? Yeah. Well, whatever happens, you know, he's got a divot on his head.
You just look at that lineup, and it's attack. Every position on the pitch. The 3 R's are brilliant, but if you look at the two wing backs, Cafu and Roberto Carlos, they get forward more than anybody else in history in that position, and Nielsen and Lucio, so much talent and ability, and they get forward and score, and they show so much class and charisma. They're just a joy to watch.
Yeah, they are actually. Lucio, I think he's a terrific player, absolutely terrific. I mean, he made a mistake for Michael Owen's goal against England, but having said that, he is a joy. You know, he can pick it up. He'll give you a chance. He'll give you a chance, but he is an absolute joy to watch.
That is the criticism. They will give you a chance, but we don't care.
No.
We don't care that he give you a chance.
Great to watch.
Yeah, just so great to watch.
Well, obviously no Michael Ballack, as we've mentioned, in the German side, but it's predictable. It's what we expected it to be.
Jeremy's has come in and he's like a more defending kind of a midfielder, so I don't know who's going to be getting forward for the Germans. It looks like it's just going to be 9 at the back.
They've been solid, and they've been reliable, and they've been resolute, and they've got men behind the ball, even against the lesser sides.
Yeah.
And when I mention efficiency, that sums up the Germans. Without being anything great going forward, they have been very well organised.
Yeah, I think they'll feel that their chance down the left touch line with Metzelder and Hoda probably pulling in for Metzelder to
The loneliest man in the world.
How must Stevie feel?
Michael
Ballack. He's going to miss the final. Biggest game of his life. Unfortunate, because he is the best outfield player by a mile.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll come to more of that later. Now we've all got our favourite memories of the last month, and our team have been recalling theirs.
The biggest moment for me in the World Cup was the first game, when we knew that France, the World Cup holders, the European champions and the World Cup favourites, all of a sudden developed a glass jaw and were beaten by tiny Senegal.
Bouba Diop is there! Oh, and Bouba Diop is there!
And we all thought, well, they'll put it right in the next couple of games, they'll go through anyway, and they didn't. And not only was that a shock, that was the biggest shock, but there were more to follow in this, the World Cup of the little teams, the minnows doing well.
Wide is in the middle. And it's free! The Portuguese house is again falling down.
My defining moment of the World Cup, Ronaldo's first goal against Turkey.
This is Rivaldo. Ronaldo's run inside the penalty. There he is! It's Ronaldo!
He's back.
4 years of absolute misery.
The best player in the world.
Ronaldo is back on the big stage with a big smile.
The 92nd minute at Ibaraki. Germany are leading Ireland by 1-0 and the game seems over. Then along came Robbie Keane with that dramatic goal. Quinn heads on. Oh, surely this time for Keane. And Ireland do it! Robbie Keane! It said so much about the spirit in the Irish camp, the devotion of their supporters, and the principles of manager Mick McCarthy. Keane scored again for the third match running when Ireland went out, unfortunately, on penalties to Spain. So I suppose the World Cup began with Keane in the headlines for Ireland, but it ended that way too, and in much more triumphant fashion.
I think South Korea's first game against Poland in Busan, the atmosphere there, I don't think was better throughout the whole tournament. It was absolutely fantastic. Hwang Sung-hong scored their first goal, and the Koreans suddenly woke up to the fact that they had a team. They could beat European sides. And there is the Busan boom! The whole story really started in Busan. Sensational.
South Korea have never won a game at the World Cup finals in 5 attempts. And here we are in the place called the KT Plaza in Seoul, surrounded by about 2,500 to 3,000 fans, all in red, all singing and singing hours before the game. The game kicked off, the game was won, the emotion, the passion and what it meant to the home fans to win their first World Cup game. And as we all know now, it's been an emotional journey.
I think for me it's got to be Beckham's penalty. All the stuff that he went through in '98, and he actually said he got flashbacks to '98. Simeone shaking his hand, and the pressure that he felt when he had to take that penalty is like he stared pressure right in the eye. Knew that the consequences if he missed, but he took it all on.
Beckham has scored for England!
Running off and celebrating like he did. For me, it started for me. The World Cup started for me as my moment because I thought that was we was ready. We could actually do something in this World Cup.
England-Argentina turned out to be a very special game, not just for David Beckham, but for our sound man and our camera crew. Just before kick-off, his wife called to say she'd just gone into labour on the other side of the world, and shortly after the final whistle, he was told he'd become the father of a baby girl. Memorable indeed.
My favourite World Cup moment was in the game between Sweden and Senegal, when Anders Svensson, great piece of skill in the box, turned around, hit the post.
Oh, he's hit the woodwork! How close!
The ball went up the other end, and Henri Camara scored for Senegal to win on golden goal.
Tiao tries to get it back to Camara. Here's Camara. Good work, Camara! They've scored!
For me, that just signifies what this World Cup has been all about. There's no small teams, there's no big teams.
Senegal are in the quarter-finals!
The best moment of the World Cup for me came during the Great Irish Adventure. Ian Hart missed a penalty kick against the Spanish and subsequently was taken off. He must have been sitting on the bench and it's all doom and gloom. He must have been distraught.
It's a must. And it's in! It's 1-1!
And Robbie Keane scores a penalty kick a minute from time. His reaction summed up what the Irish were all about. Don't think about yourself, think about the team. He was up, he was cheering, he was dancing, and it was just a great moment for me.
And the picture of Ian Hart on the bench with the smile of delight and relief is one that will be remembered for some time.
My overriding moment of memory of the World Cup, frustration of the coaches. Giovanni Trapattoni, the Italian coach in particular, another decision going against him and his side. He's going out of the World Cup, and just the sheer frustration when he whacked the back of the dugout. That summed it up for me for this World Cup.
I saw matches in both countries, but it's the Korean experience which will stay longest in my memory. Korea worked hard to present themselves to the world, and they succeeded, of course, in the main because of the success of their team. They were always positive in their approach, always looking to score goals.
Oh, yes! And it's the man who missed the penalty who scores the winner!
That came from the man who had prepared them so well, Gus Hiddink. Put on 5 attackers to save the day against Italy. Put on an extra forward before extra time in the match against Spain. The man of this World Cup, without question, is the Dutchman, Gus Hiddink, the coach of Korea.
Well, I think when England played Brazil, the big worry was always, of course, the 3 R's up front. Just before half-time, that happened. But the real trouble started when Ronaldinho got the ball, started running at the defence. Great step over, wrong-footed Ashley Cole, and he's bearing down then on the edge of the 18-yard box. Sol Campbell then had to come to him. The weight of the pass was superb. All it meant was Rivaldo could get himself in position and just pass it across David Seaman into the far corner.
He's equalised!
And of course then 1-1, I think England are on the slippery slope.
Well, not so much a moment, but the emergence of Rio Ferdinand for England. Playing with Sol Campbell, looks like England have got quality defenders, a lot to build on there. But more so, I reckon, for the early morning transmission, seeing Mark Lawrenson and Peter Reid turn up 5 in the morning, not knowing what day it was, not knowing what game it was, not really knowing much about anything, and trying to get themselves going, that was fantastic.
Highlight the first half, bacon sandwich.
Bacon butty, you're right.
My most vivid memory of this World Cup was when David Seaman came into the media area to discuss his part that he played in the defeat against Brazil. He stood in front of what must have been hundreds of journalists, began his sentence and broke down. Cameras rolled and cameras flashed, but not one journalist asked a question. He was distraught. It was a real shame for a tournament to end this way, for a player who'd done so much to get England there.
Germany this year has been an amazing story. Their path to the final, many people will say, has been full of good fortune. But Oliver Kahn's performances against Paraguay, for instance, in the second round, the United States in the quarter-final, and South Korea in the semi-final were just breathtaking. My own belief is that in 1986, Maradona won the World Cup single-handedly for Argentina. Well, Oliver Kahn at this minute is going very, very close to doing likewise with Germany.
Oh, what a good save by Oliver Kahn!
Was somebody missing there? Is it?
No, they covered it, no one important. No one important.
Right.
Do you want mine, memory? My memory.
It was you.
It was me.
It was you, yeah.
Yep.
What's your favourite moment?
My favourite moment was actually coming out here to do the competition properly, rather than
right
being stuck in that studio in London, and actually being at the games, because it's different class.
Because of the tension,
it's
expectation,
just so much better.
anticipation.
And there's one other.
What's that?
Rise punditry about Hakan Şükür the other night.
Hakan Şükür.
But he was 11 seconds too late.
I know the guy was due.
This is a third place playoff. We've got it here. I've got this ready.
We got it?
I've got this ready.
Here we
this
go.
was yesterday.
I knew. Just imagine if he'd done this the other day, huh? What he could have done for my credibility. Look at him. Look. Please, I'll say, please, miss. Please, miss. This is not Suka, surely. Can you believe that? 11 seconds, quickest goal, written his name in World Cup history, the quickest goal ever in a World Cup, and he set up 2 more. I knew he was coming, but it was just a couple of days too late.
Yeah, the master of the unimportant goal.
Oh, Hakan Şükür.
He finally broke his waters.
Oh,
now,
man.
we were talking earlier about the fact that Brazil and Germany had never met before in a World Cup. It's even more surprising when you consider the fact that one or the other of the two countries has competed in 13 of the 14 post-war finals. And here's the proof. there's Ronaldo on the pitch. Let's hope for a happier story and a fit Ronaldo today.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be. I think he's had a great tournament. Right from the first game against Turkey, he looked fit, he looked positive, he was scoring goals. Like we said, it's great for the tournament, great for football that this guy, who was the best player in the world 4 years ago, is fit and playing well.
Yeah, he'll himself feel he's not been particularly fully fit, not match fit, all those type of things. Scolari said he's been playing at 75% fitness. But 75% of Ronaldo's fitness is good enough.
Ian Wright told me the other night he was only 50%.
Can you imagine if he was 80% fit, you know, but like, all that aside, what has he done to his head? Why has he got a golf divot on his head? Because when you're that good, you can have an haircut.
You can do anything you want.
Get away with it, because I've had a nightmare with him.
But you like the boots?
The boots are great, yeah.
What a great pair. I'm still waiting for them to get my pair to me.
Some great memories there, we're looking back over the years. Are the 70, the best team ever, do you think, Brazil?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, great memories and great goals, but the goal that they showed there.
What's his name? Clodoaldo?
No, Clodoaldo did a little bit of dribbling beforehand and finally give it out.
Great, that little bubble that came up as Pele laid it into Carlos.
Pele's header, where he's hanging for 2.5 days. I know. The back post nods it in.
He's up there like that.
Hey, wouldn't it be nice to get a final like that today?
Ooh.
Right, from now on we're going to concentrate on today's final. Let's hear from the German camp with Steve Wilson.
Germany are into the World Cup final. In Seoul on Tuesday, reality overcame fantasy, with Germany reaching their 7th World Cup final at the expense of Korea. A night to remember and one to regret for goal scorer Michael Ballack.
Ja, bisher hatte ich die Situation noch nicht, also es wird dann, ich weiß also nicht wie es ist oder kann die Situation nicht beschreiben, aber sicherlich, man ist ziemlich machtlos, wenn man draußen steht und nicht mitspielen kann und wenn das Spiel losgeht, ist es bestimmt noch bitterer, als wie man es jetzt einschätzt, wenn man dann weiß, oh, jetzt sitze ich draußen und kann nicht dabei sein, aber...
You know that in England people panic when David Beckham cannot play for England. Is it similar when Michael Ballack cannot play for Germany?
Yeah, perhaps it is similar. It's very sad for him. He was very sad. He's crying, but okay. We hope that we can win for him too, and yeah, it would be his championship too.
But if Germany have relied on one man in particular, that man is not Ballack. No wonder the defence is playing well. Would you want to incur the wrath of Khan?
Yeah, of course, he's a key player. He's got a great role in the team, and he talks very much, especially to the younger players, and so he's a very important part of this team.
You have an excellent defence in front of Oliver Kahn, up against now probably the best attack in the tournament.
Yeah, that's the key to the game on Sunday. We have to defend well. They are very attacking side. They've got a lot of quality going forward, and yeah, we have to be on our toes to not concede early and give them too many chances to score.
So Brazil are favourites, but so were France, then Argentina, then Italy, then Spain.
It's very striking that this year the underdogs were very strong, and especially the great favourites had some problems, and of course we hope that we as the underdogs can win the match.
9 months on from Munich, they could be world champions. Our adopted Germans will be brandishing their medals at pre-season training, or maybe not.
It's not my my way of doing things, and yeah, I'll keep it low. The English boys left me alone after the 5-1 defeat. They didn't give me any stick, so I'll leave it like that.
Now, you'll never guess who I bumped into the other day. He was in the last German side to win the World Cup. He's here working for television, our favourite German, Jürgen Klinsmann. Jürgen, lovely to see you.
Good to see you.
And you're out here for the World Cup, and the Germans again in the final.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, but I have to say we're all surprised. I mean, everybody else in Germany is surprised in a certain way, and now for sure everybody is very enthusiastic, very happy. I think realistically everybody was hoping for the quarterfinals. Nobody was really thinking about getting into the finals, and the job that Rudi Völler did over the last 2 years, since I would almost say the breakdown in Belgium and Holland during the Euro 2000, He's done a marvellous job.
And Germany in this tournament, they've done enough really. Without, we think they've not looked a great side, but they've.
No, that's right, Gary. They haven't played, great games, like Brazil maybe did, but they played to the 100% of their potential. And it's a team that doesn't have the great creative players. There's no Thomas Hassler anymore, Littbarski anymore. But they really try to get the maximum out of themselves. And they're very disciplined, they're very focused. They were able to score with just a few occasions, with a few chances. And I think the way they did their job, at the end of the day, they deserved to get into the final.
Now, earlier in this tournament, a lot of our pundits said that Germans weren't good enough to win this. I tried to stop you, but I'm too quietly spoken.
Well, you go back to that night in Munich, and when you talk about defending, you talk about getting in position, right? You play as a unit, you play off one another, you react when you haven't got the ball, you react when you've got the ball, and don't get isolated. But that night in Munich, basically, it was a defensive horror show. I mean, England played exceptionally well, but this is the first goal. So they come out, they try and come out en masse, but obviously one or two get left in. The goalkeeper is all over the place. It's an easy goal for Michael Owen. Did they come out quickly enough here to get the block on Steven Gerrard? No, not quick enough. You got a free hit, 25 yards, the back of the net. And then it just got worse, They can't clear it.
They're closing down there. Two of them close to him.
This is the Germans at their best, really, isn't it?
This is what we're hoping for today, really. I don't think we're going to get it. Nick the ball off of him there. Great pass from Steven Gerrard, and Michael Owen gets his hat-trick, but they've come a long
through there.
I don't know, they've come a long way since this. This is a great pass.
By this stage of proceedings, they were truly beaten.
They were absolutely, completely slaughtered.
England could have scored about 8, perhaps.
The 22 has done exceptionally well, Frings. These are the only 4 left from that night in Munich. And right down the spine of the side, and that night they didn't have a spine. So, I mean, the defenders that have come in have done exceptionally well, because now they're organised, they're back to what you'd expect from the Germans, and they'll get men behind the ball today. But they haven't played against a side as good as the Brazilians.
No, they haven't, but have you seen a significant difference in this?
Oh, very much so. I mean, they're organised, when we talk about playing as a unit, they get men behind the ball, they chase, they harry, they block. Well, you just look at how many goals they've lost in the competition. They've only lost 1 goal.
So many men behind the ball there.
Yeah.
A good pressure on the ball.
That's right, they pressurise it.
Men coming out to meet them.
They've clearly worked at it, Martin.
What I think about them, I think they've decided to play to their strengths. You heard Jürgen Klinsmann saying that they don't really have the technically gifted players, other than perhaps Ballack, that might break down a defence. So they decided to go as strong as they possibly can. That's getting men behind the ball, closing down as quickly as possible, and perhaps hitting teams on the break.
This is a good break.
I think this is a good break.
This is a great break.
My mate Neuville just gets put in, but doesn't quite work out for him. But this is where they could do the same with Brazil. They're just just breaking up Brazilian attacks, and that's what they're going to need to do today.
Just look at the number of white shirts in the picture now at this minute. I know that's very, very late on in the game, and
but it's an extraordinary run to the final, isn't it? Paraguay, USA, Korea.
It's the kind of thing what they're here now, so they can say, well, we have had a great run to get here. What an opportunity this is.
Well, they can't choose the opposition. I mean, they've played them and they've beaten them. Yeah. And the game against Paraguay, I remember we were covering that particular game, and it was as poor a game as you're likely to see.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter to them. They've got there. And the 2 best nations in world football, you'll have to say, over
well, even the USA, when they played the USA were the better side. And the semi-final against South Korea, was 50-50. But you've got to give them tremendous credit to come back from what we saw in Munich to what they are now. It's great mental strength, because they could have fallen apart, they could have buckled, but no, the Germans, they just stick at it, they'll be clinically efficient, and they'll do their stuff. As Martin said, they've got the great players going forward, but I mean, they're in the final, they haven't got a chance.
And they've got a pretty useful goalkeeper. Yeah. You picked him out as your one of the
I mean, a blind man could pick him out, to be perfectly honest.
And you are blind.
That's why I'm wearing glasses. But he's been extraordinarily brilliant.
He's made some unbelievable
there were times in the last season or so that I wasn't particularly sure about him anymore. I wasn't actually convinced that he that he was as good as his reputation had suggested he
Scary,
was.
that.
But he...
Looks like the Terminator.
I tell you what, he has a character as well too. He influences people in front of him.
This is a great save. That's the save of the tournament. That is fantastic reaction.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
And the defence is playing well because they know their goalkeeper's right on his game. This is a good save.
This is Paraguay.
That's a good save.
And then he makes one against the USA. Donovan, great save.
Behind him nearly. That's fingertip stuff. Just got his...
And then the semi-final. He's
Similar.
made one important save in every match.
So you see the thing, if they do get to break through the defence, then they've got to beat Khan. And
Yeah, I
if
mean,
he's making great saves, you know, and they go and break and nick one at the other end and they're defending well.
I suppose they always wonder whether a goalkeeper actually can be a match winner. He can be a match saver. Schmeichel has proved in years and years and years that you can actually be a match winner.
And Seaman.
Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. I was only mentioning Peter because he was a pundit of ours.
And he's very large.
And he's very large, and he's likely to thump you.
What about Michael Ballack? He's going to be missed by the Germans. He's been their best player on the field.
Well, he's the one
best outfield player.
Who gets in the box for them. He takes a chance to get in there. I don't know who's going to do that for them today. And he is a quality player. You know, he's a very good player.
I thought the semi-final he was brilliant, simply because he got booked. He knew he was going to miss the final. This is a great cross against the Saudis, and closer comes in a great header. This is the winning goal against the USA.
That's a fantastic.
It is a great one.
And this is the booking. And watch the reaction here. He knows that if the Germans get through to the final, he's going to miss it. The disappointment in his face, he can't believe it. And then, what a reaction. Because does he go sulking? No. He does this.
That's great.
And I think this is fantastic. And then at the end, words of sympathy. Well,
I don't know if you can give someone
no,
words of sympathy in the world. You're going to...
Words of sympathy. Well,
I don't know if you can give someone words of sympathy in the world. You're going to miss the World Cup final. I can't even imagine what that's like.
Before we move on, quick question for you. I know you like those. Last player to score the winner against Germany was in any match?
I don't know.
Robert Earnshaw of Wales. There you go. So if Germany win, what does that make Wales?
He's a star.
Right,
He's a star.
that's enough of Teutonic efficiency. Let's get some flamboyance into the programme. Damien Johnson has been catching up with the Brazilians.
Coming into this tournament, you'd have said Brazil and Germany were pretty evenly matched, but here are 5 reasons why Brazil should win the World Cup. Ronaldo cuts a far more relaxed figure. He's also revitalised after 3 years of injury problems. After what happened at France 98, you must be desperate to play and win this final.
Estou ansioso e estou feliz por jogar mais uma final. Claro, vamos tentar mudar a história que foi de 98.
I can explain what's happened in 4 years ago, but I know that it's all different, the atmosphere between us, so will be complete different.
And how is Ronaldo?
He's okay.
Brazil supporters will overwhelmingly outnumber German fans in Yokohama. Japan forged a unique relationship with the South Americans in the post-war era.
Many people went to Brazil because of the poverty. So there are many citizens with this Japanese nationality in Brazil. Maybe that formed a strong link between the two nations.
What will the scene be like in the Yokohama Stadium on the day of the final?
Most people will be wearing a yellow t-shirt like this one and supporting strongly Brazil team.
One of the new stars of Brazilian football, Ronaldinho, returns after a one-match ban. The youngster joins Ronaldo, Rivaldo and Roberto Carlos on a list of the tournament's 10 best players. Ronaldinho, do you really feel you owe your teammates a performance after being suspended for the semi-final?
Não devo nada. Estou muito tranquilo com tudo que apresentei, muito feliz com tudo, feliz com o que o Brasil vem apresentando. Então estou tranquilo e vou jogar aquilo que eu sempre joguei sem pressão nenhuma.
Brazil are the tournament's top scorers with 16 goals.
Clearly these fans expect to see Brazil win. They're also hoping that a Brazilian comes out on top in the 3-horse race for the Golden Boot. Currently, Ronaldo, Rivaldo and Germany's Miroslav Klose are all in the running.
After the Turkey game, Ronaldo's 1 goal ahead of you.
Para mim, eu fico contente do mesmo jeito, porque é um jogador da minha seleção e eu fico contente pelo gol que ele fez e é o artilheiro da Copa. Espero que ele possa fazer mais e que a gente seja campeão.
Brazil are the only team to win a World Cup outside their own continent. Who bet against them doing it again after the way they've captured the affections of football followers in the Far East?
I think our national team and German is both teams are sympathetic for the people. So I think but the Japan I think they will support a little bit more Brazil.
Well, we suspected the majority of neutral fans would be cheering on Brazil, and I think taking a look inside the stadium we have conclusive evidence that that is indeed the case. There's a strong yellow tint right around the stadium, whether they've got Japanese faces or South American faces. Now let's hear from another famous Brazilian, perhaps the most famous of all. Pelé has been talking to Garth Crooks.
Pelé, how does this current Brazilian side compare to the great teams like the 70s and 82, for example?
Listen, first of all, nice to see you again. It's very difficult to make this comparison because this Brazilian team, they have, I think, 6 months of life. They are average 23, 24, 25 years. Then I think going to be very, very strong team in the future. But 82, we have an excellent team in Spain, but we lost the World Cup. You know, we have the Parreira have a good team. We won, but individually was not the same. And this team, they have 3 or 4 individual players who can make a difference.
Let me ask a great striker about another great striker. Ronaldo's goal against Turkey, was it the best goal he scored in the tournament, the toe poke?
Yeah, I think it was a very important goal because the time he got, you know, he surprised the goalkeeper. Because normally every player will give you one more step to kick, and then he kicked the ball. I think that was the great thing in this goal, because no, it was second make a difference, you know.
A lot of people are talking about the German defence, but the Brazilian defence has done very, very well, particularly against England and Turkey.
Yes, the last 2 games, a coach from Brazil, Felipe, he did one change. The young players made the field Krebson. This, I think, adjusted the Brazilian defense. This was very good. But if you compare with German, I think it's a little different because German, they play all tournament in defensive system. They are better prepared. I trust Brazil, but I don't want people say, oh, Brazil is the favorite. Brazil gonna win. No, I think it's a tough game.
The great man. Now, I've got another question for you. You know, we've said they've never met in the finals, Brazil and Germany, but Pelé has scored against the Germans. When was that? Oh, he knows.
I know it, and it's not, Links ain't told me, I know it.
Go on.
It's got to be the movie then. Escape to Victory?
Yes, he's robbed you.
Someone
escaped to Victory.
Did you know? You lot knew. He knew.
Someone
he told me beforehand.
I didn't tell him.
He knows everything about
film. He scored against him in a couple of friendlies as well. But now, before England played Brazil, Pelé was telling us how much he liked, but I bet he prefers ours, all 3 of them. spoken about them earlier, but Ronaldo, we've seen him warming up with his silver boots and his dodgy haircut, righty, but they are fantastic players, all three of them, aren't they?
Awesome, man. But I'm still feeling that he's not 1,000,000% there, 100% there.
1,000,000%.
And I'm really hanging up. I'm really putting the bar up now. But you know what he's got, and he showed it the other day. And he's got this, his mate here.
We were talking the other night in the semi-final about when you watch the three of them play the 3 hours, they make so much space for each other. You might have 5, 6 behind the ball, and you're going to see that today where the Germans will get men behind the ball. But it's so easy, it's so pleasing in the eye. They make time, they make space, and the control of the ball, they've got it on a string.
He's the one, though. I think he's going to be the one. The one who's going to open.
Pele has said he thinks he's the player of the tournament.
I still think he's the best player in the world, Ronaldo. It's great to see. It's great
What's
to see.
the movement here, man? Talk me through this movement.
No, you're going to talk me through it.
No, you talk me through it.
It's great movement. He does about 4 different moves. 1, 2, 3, and bang, near post. Great finish outside of the leg.
This is a goal against England. Ronaldinho picks up. Watch the movement of Rivaldo. And then the weight of the pass, and then the finish is just exquisite.
He's so strong.
There's everything right.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That was so close to being like Carlos Alberto's goal in the 70s.
Very similar.
I can't see the Germans containing a strike force like that. Nope. Really. I mean, no one else has.
Yeah, I mean, the Germans haven't played against any great sides yet. The Brazilians are absolutely brilliant going forward, but I think the Germans will get 7s and 8s behind the ball, and you will find that the Brazilians might have trouble breaking them down. For the game, an early goal for the Brazilians would be perfect.
Well, actually, I'll go the other way. I think that Brazil are capable of scoring goals at any given moment. Not that happens in football, but they are capable of doing it. I'm not so sure that Germany have got the players to do so. I think that if Brazil's opened up first of all, you never know. Germany having to go and try and chase the game, I'm not so sure about them. Having if Germany get an early goal in the match, then it would be interesting to see the sort of pressure that would be put under, or Brazil would be put under to try and
obviously aren't bad going forward as well, are they really?
Well, that's the thing. People like Lucio,
they're great going forward.
Lucio and Edmilson, as soon as they get the ball, they just got
That's Cafu. He breaks the record today. His 3rd World Cup final, first man to do it.
And he's had a great tournament.
He's had a great career. Yeah. If it wasn't for Carlos Alberto, you'd have to say
Ronaldo.
He is their best right back, but he's got some to beat Carlos Alberto, but he's just got so much skill. He just keeps getting up and down that line.
He must be the only right back in world football that spends most of his time in the opposition half.
This is what I was saying with Lucio. They get the ball and their first thought is forward. They're going forward.
You know what's wrong with them, though? They've never heard the phrase, if in doubt, launch it.
Never heard that phrase, the reacher.
Look, this isn't the first minute against the Turks, so you're centre-back.
Still going strong in the last 5 yards.
And then, well, cool, calm, collected, all right.
He is definitely a good player.
And Milson, what can you say about him? What about the goal? This for a goal. Picks up. And he gets in the box.
Gives again, goes again.
Is he worried about who's filling in for him?
Absolutely
I don't think
not.
so.
I even think he made the fellow crossing it made the deflection happen on purpose so he can do an overhead kick. That's how great they are.
I'm not.
This is a 60-yard run.
Defender. Look at him.
What's wrong with him?
Pass. This Rivaldo's just struggling to get it out of his feet.
And then this is the passer against the Turks. This is the reacher.
That's the one. Reaches his toe.
Inch perfect.
60 yards worth. Bobby Carlos.
Bobby Carlos.
Well, to his mates. Look at that then. Beautiful. To his mate Cafu. Great pass. That's just put it into the area, you know, and then that is what he's all about. Has there ever been a direct free kick? I'm sure I heard Marty say there's never been a direct free kick scored in a World Cup final.
That's correct.
I got it from Marty, so Marty
will be heartbroken.
Hopefully he hasn't got it in his little thing, but Marty mentioned it the other day at dinner.
He did.
And if he does that, that'll be worth seeing as well.
So your final go for it? Who are you going to go for?
Well, I'm obviously going for Brazil. I think they're the best team in the competition by a mile. I think the Germans have done exceptionally well to get to the final. They haven't played a team of the class of Brazil yet. I think that the Germans will sit back, get men behind the ball and try and soak up the pressure. You just can't see the Germans scoring, but that probably means that the Germans will score. Definitely Brazil for me.
Germany are capable of scoring a goal, any side is, but I agree with you, Alan. I think that Brazil will have too much fun in the competition. I just do.
I agree with
you made your mind up now?
I have made my mind up. I do want Brazil to win. You always support Brazil.
But you fancy the Germans?
Well, the thing about it is I don't think the Germans are just going to roll over. I think they're going to defend. It's going to be... They haven't got no more incentive than the World Cup final to defend like their lives depend on it with these three guys. And if they do that, they can nick a goal closer, get the ball in the box, in the air. He could cause them problems because I don't fancy the goalie. I knew I'd get myself in trouble. I didn't want to say that. The goalie must have me a behind us.
Here we go. Right, Brazil versus Germany, the World Cup final. Let's join our commentary team, Trevor Brooking, and for his fifth final, Johnny Walker-Motson.
Well, you've really thrown me there, Gary. I think the last person to call me that was my dear old mother, but thank you, Gary Winston Lineker. Clearly the World Cup and working with Ian Wright has got you into the W's. But here we've got Brazil and Germany coming out. For the first time ever, they meet in the World Cup, and what a fitting arena for them so to do.